Hello everybody, Reggie Time here again, continuing from the theme of the last video where we continue trying to apply the Hungry Horse poker strategy to Fast Forward on GG. We start the session with something like $23. We're playing 2-L and we're going to see how we do. I'm not making app-related videos much more for YouTube because frankly they're just not very popular and I still want to make YouTube videos, so those app videos are now just being used on Facebook only. So you don't have to endure them anymore if they're not your thing. And we're just going to mess around, play some 2-L. If I don't get bored of it and spin the bankroll up, we'll move up to 5-L, etc. It's not a bankroll challenge in any shape or form. It's just something to do to create content. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. I'm just going to play until I'm bored, so you'll know how long it takes me to get bored during this video. We are opening 4x from all positions. 6-5 suited here. This guy's annoying that is in there. I was thinking about squeezing, but we're not going to anymore. Just check fold here. I was thinking about squeezing the 6-5 suited, but the guy with 50 bigs made me decide not to, because getting jammed on would be a fucking disaster, and I think it's too weak to flat the button multi-way. I have a splash pot incoming. Do we have anything playable? Absolutely fucking not. Could check or bet this ace-2 suited. I'm going to start with the bet. He calls, we turn. Pretty nice draw. Do I want to check and check raise now? I think probably I do. Don't have to go too big. Going to have to fold if we get jammed on, which is torching a reasonable sliver of equity, but I don't mind that. And we do get the fold. Nice. Going to continue calling with this ace-10 versus a small probe. A small turn barrel, sorry. And with the ace of hearts, we're just going to massively overbet. And hope he fucks off. Going to range bet the king-queen. Get called. We're going to check back this turn and probably fold a lot of rivers. The overbet worked on the bottom left table. Yeah, I'm not reopening the betting here. It would stink to get jammed on. We do have a little bit of showdown value still after only betting relatively small on the flop, etc. And probably folding river. Just checking back. We have showdown value. We're going to win the pot some percentage of the time. I don't think we're ever making him fold an ace when we take this line. And yeah, maybe at some point we could have got them to fold that exact holding if we tried a bit harder, but never mind. Just going to bet my entire range here when small blind checks top left table. Again, this uncaps him a little bit because he can maybe have some flushes, etc. But we're going to bluff again. Obviously, our hand's completely worthless. picking up the aces. We do get check raise. Thank you very much, sir. I can now give up on my bluff. We flop top set on table 1, on table 4, sorry, and we're just going to range bet. 3-bet the ace queen. We get check raised on the bottom left table, bottom right table, sorry, which is nice. With the ace of spades, we're just going to call. Here we're going to range bet the ace queen bottom left. Your man now bets really quite big. I think he's not folding at this point. He's got 30 bigs left. We're all in. We turn the nuts on the bottom left table. Set up a set. Nice. And we're just going to bet again and shove river. He's raised us. We're out of position. We're all in. And he's dead. We like that. Well, dead to a chop. Which he does get, which is rather unfortunate and quite annoying. But it is what it is. We called the 3-bet from the big blind under the gun with our jacks. Not going to bet my entire range here when he checks. We're just going to check back. Going to probably call the turn and be unhappy about it. I think he's got like top set here for value, pocket queens. I don't think pocket aces would take a check line here. And I'm going to be a little bit disappointed to have to call the river. We're check raising our 10-9 suited here on the bottom right table. And we're just going to check back our kings and expect to lose to queens quite often, I would imagine. Barreling our 10-9 suited. Queens exactly. What a surprise. Poker is easy. And we're going to bluff this river on the bottom right table. And we get snapped off. Excuse me, mate. Okay. Whatever. Do we need to bluff our ace-10 on this river? Do I think someone's going to fold a pocket pair here? No, we chop with all ace-X. We're going to go for another check. He checks back. And he just gave up with king-queen. Our entire range top left. And I don't think we have any showdown value here, so we're just going to barrel off. Thank you. We're going to start bluffing our open and straight draw here. We're going to use a big size. He bets full pot on this river. We're just going to fold our ace-5 because this is significantly under bluff for that size. And we don't beat value. Double barrel this turn for a small size. Again, just try and ensure our villains are as caps as possible before trying to blow them off their hand on the river with big bets. Should we want to? Not always, but sometimes. We're going to go with overbet. Not that much, though, I don't think. I think like B150 is plenty. So that's like going to be like 40 something, 41 ish. And we get the fold. Beautiful. This is a very old school strategy. People were doing this strategy years ago, like just bet small twice, like small, big. It was just a very old school strategy before people were using solvers and this, that, and the other. And I think it just works in like, low stakes passive games versus ABC players. Bet or check race? I think we'll check. Thank you for check raising us, sir. I'll play the check raise with the flush draw. Get called. We're going to double barrel turn. Are we? We don't check raise a 9. Does he bet call much 9x? I think when he calls our check raise, he's going to be very like ace x and flush draw dense. I think on the 9. Going to just check again and probably not call versus a bet. Been donked into here. We call. And just fold our 7 high flush draw down there. Turnover bet. I want to fold. And I'm going to fold. We now have trips, and we're going to bet big. Pocket fives, we'll have a cheeky little flat on the button. And we are going to call the flop. Expecting to check this turn a decent chunk of the time. We're going to check back. Not range betting multi-way. He bets half pot on this river. It's just going to be the queen of clubs a lot, isn't it? And king of clubs goes bigger than half pot. So we're going to raise. Because I don't think he has the nuts here with this line. And I think we can make it for like a jack of clubs or a 10 of clubs or something like that. Range betting top left. That gut shot. Taking it down. Always nice. crummy gut shot, multi-way, second pair went out. We would have turned the gut shot, but never mind. And we would have won, but again, never mind. I'm going to check raise our gut shot bottom left table. Turn the second nuts. And we're going to bet this much. Does this allow us to shove river? No, not quite. So we'll go bigger. River, the flush card comes in, which is pretty disappointing. It does uncap him, but if we check, I don't think he's likely to bet a hand worse than ours for value. And we're not folding to a blow, and we're not folding, so I'm just all in. And if he's got us, he's got us. He does, never mind. I think we're going to go with a squeeze with the king queen off in the big blind. Not betting deuces multi-way. Isolating king jack. Going to go off with a check raise, I think, with our nut flush draw, bottom left table. He's bet half pot multi-way. He's only got 20 bigs, so we're all in. Only once, because fuck you. Happy days. We get there. I don't believe this, so I'm calling. I just do not believe. Check raise, check over bet. I'm a non-believer. Let's get the 3-bet in with our aces first, though. I'm a non-believer, sir. I was right to be a non-believer. We've been 4-bet here. Literally going to click 5-bet because I don't want. I don't want to just call and then have him in control. So we're just clicking. Face up as fuck. Don't give a shit. He calls. We flop top set. I'm going to bet 10% pop. Ace again, which is nice. Turn heart. Don't really care that the hearts have got there. Going to bet really small again, like 1/3 of our stack, and shove the river. If he's got a flush in a 5-bet pot, then fuck my life. And we win. Range bet bottom left. Overbet turn. That's too much of an overbet there. Get jammed on, which is deeply unfortunate because we have a flush draw and a gut shot. And he's throwing a snowball at me. In 2-1 odds, we've got 12 nut outs, which is worth 25%. So we're not getting the correct price. We're just going to fold. And we would have missed. Flopping top 2, bottom right in a 3-bet pot. Going to range bet if he checks to us. No timing tells here because we know what we're doing. So we just fucking do it. King 9 here, we're going to go with check raise. Taking it down again. Love to see it. It's 3-bet from the big blind with ace queen off that's opened under the gun. We start a bit deeper. So I think going to fold. We've 4x under the gun. And we've been 3-bet from the big blind. And we've got ace queen off. It doesn't feel like a particularly good situation. Bad board to range bet, but we're doing it anyway. And I think we're just going to give up versus big blind. King, queen off, just going to fold. Picking up the aces again. And the ace king. Jacks. Love to see it. This guy's obviously a fish. He's not playing with a full stack, so we're going to go slightly bigger than the 10x we've been using previously. He calls, we flop quads. Check. Check again. Range bet multi-way here with our gut shot. Our friend just goes all in. We're obviously going to slow roll him. I mean, that's just a fucking given. But I am short on time bank at some tables, I think, so we're not going to be too... Just going to do the normal slow roll, not going to time bank. He's dead, of course, because we've got quads. If I was good on the emojis, I'd hit him with a quick you suck, but I'm not, so I won't. Don't go 3-bet your queen 10 off, kids. It's not going to do you many favours. Shutting down now with the ace-5 on this board. Trying to think the hands we can make fold here with overbet. I think straights lead, eights lead, jack doesn't lead. I'm going to go for it because I don't think we have showdown value and just try and make a jack fold. Happy days. donked into here. Not on my watch, son. I mean, he might have a good hand and not fold. He might even 3-bet us. But you're not donking ace-5, 9 from the big blind. On my watch. Ace-10 just lets us win. I'm going to go with small overbet here with the nut flush blocker after he checks back this flop. And if he calls, we're going to, I was going to say we're going to 2x pot river as a bluff. Now we don't want him to fold. I think we're just going to pot it. Yeah. Uncomfortable call here on the turn, top right. And easy river check fold. Folding river here versus Estonia if they bet. Which they do. This guy's gone call on the button. Super unlikely to be a strong hand. And check. Hope he stabs pairs and then check raise. And I hope he doesn't have a set. He checks back here. We're just going to be going broke. If he's got a better hand than us, so be it. If we bet half pot here, can we shove? No, it's going to be bigger than that. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. In terms of using a 2E size. If he jams, he's just got a set of 3s or a set of 4s, probably, but we're not folding. As I was saying in the video, the last video I made, trying to execute this strategy, there's going to be loads of holes you can pick in me in terms of like not picking what I think might be the highest EV option. But I think I'm probably just with a relatively basic strategy like this, still choosing plus EV options at a higher frequency than I am when I'm trying to like think deeply about the game. Like a simple strategy, confidently executed, is often going to be better than the alternatives. He's checked through. He's going to pop the turn. Multi-way. Check raised. He's representing a full house. Ace 10, pocket 10s. Ace 5, call, not fold river. Just hope to, he value on himself with a lone ace. We beat value here, so we're not going to be able to fold. Yeah, ace 10. Good for you, mate. Good for you. To check call flop, he stabs. I think he's going to have a lot of underpairs here, like sevens, eights, etc. We're going to check again and let him like bluff with underpairs. Oh well, never mind. He just gave up with king high. Unfortunately, I'd really wanted to like sevens, eights, nines, fives, etc. That have literally zero showdown value. Like reopen the betting because those types of hands can't call. If we bet, and I think he's going to have a lot of them. This dude rocking his 11 VP, a small sample to be fair. This is the big double barrel with king shitty kicker. He's going to fold because I think people stink at bluffing. People especially stink at bluffing with their big bets that aren't overbet turns in position, etc. There just isn't a bluff anywhere near high enough frequency. Checking the jacks to check raise versus the button half stacker. Sadly, he denies us that opportunity. Not overbet the turn because we want to be all in by the river. He folds. Easy range bet, top left. Turn the nuts. You have an awful lot of ace-x in range here that check calls that flop. Maybe pocket fives if we're really lucky. He's going to go with the small overbet and shove river. He folds sadly. Never mind. Top pair, nut flush draw. Let's have a little bet. Reggie time. Just going to barrel off here with these fives. Don't have the jack. I think jack X is a big part with check call range. I'm actually going to abandon the barrel off mission on the jack specifically. Ah, maybe he would have folded that one, but never mind. I just think the jack's a bad card to carry out the plan on. Where are all these like really shitty min race codes coming from? Blind versus blind. Who's coaching this shit? I've done this now for about an hour and a half of play, maybe. And it feels like at this limit, 2-L, this strategy absolutely fucking crushes. Whether it would at higher, I don't know. I'm not confident. But I think this strategy just has an enormous win rate. Well, enormous relative to what win rates we see at speed poker. I mean, don't know what this donk bet is, but I'm presuming it's quite strong because donk bet multi-way isn't going to be weak too often, but we can't fold for the price we were getting. Not going to reopen. I'm going to call this block unless this player raises. Range bet our queens. Lose to ace jack. Range bet again with our queens. I think it's a better line than checking back and then pretending we can bluff catch river when the bluff probe isn't going to come. Checking the jacks. We're going to lose to these queens a lot here, but we do beat some hands. We have some showdown value. We bet small twice. We're going to lose to a lot of ace X. I'm not worried about that. Ace 5, whatever. Delighted for you, Chief. Going to check call these jacks versus a large bet. Expect him to slow down a lot if he's been big betting like 8s, 9s, 10s, etc. He bets big again. Queen of diamonds. I feel like it's the worst queen to see because ace queen of spades has hit. Ace queen of diamonds can't be there. He did big bet multi-way, and I'm not here to pay cunts off, especially cunts from shitholes like Russia. And I make no apologies to any Russian viewers because there won't be any. And if there are, then, you know, Britain is not a country to be proud of right now. Russia, as far as I can tell, has never been a country to be proud of. So fuck you. Range betting our Jack 10. Yeah, on the leaderboard for 30 cents goes range betting our trips, 3 betting our kings. Possibly go for check raise here with our good shot top right. Versus that size, definitely. And you check our queen jack. The view to check raising. Certainly versus that size again. Turning the nuts and over betting because we want to try and be all in. Get the fold sadly, but never mind. Been donked into here, but I think it's a reasonable board to donk from the big blind. We have too much going on, so we're just going to call. This guy check raises. He's just got a set nearly always from the small blind. Just calling again. I just don't think we have anywhere near enough fold equity on the bottom left table. So we're just calling again. Just going to try and get there. We do not get there. Now this guy just comes with a big old donk bet. These fucking min raises. That's a full house. Pocket sevens. 16, 13, 8. Not giving you action. You're not getting any action, sir. I think this is close to a fold already, this jack 8. So I'm just going to do it. I think it's like close to a fold. I'm mostly just going to lean to folding because we know population isn't aggressive enough to want to make light calls. We just know that. We know it anecdotally. We know it through mass data. We just know it through fucking everything. So anything that I think is remotely mixing fold in the machine is just going to be a pure fold. But we also know that people are relatively face up, which allows us to do an awful lot of small betting on early streets, get our opponents to define their range to us. We're not doing it to find out where we're at as such. We're just asking our opponents to define their ranges for us. So that on rivers, we can hopefully make some relatively accurate decisions. That is the whole crux of this strategy. Like pre-flop, flop, turn aren't mattering very much if we're making some like lower EV plays, as long as our river decisions are significantly better than our opponents, which they're going to be a lot of 2 and 0. All in for 22 big blinds. It's a good play. Whatever you want, mate. You want it, you got it. Ace 10 suited. We're going to 3-bet. Note how my 3-bet's a little bit smaller with shittier parts of my range. No one's ever going to fucking notice that in a 2 and 0 speed poker pool. So I'm not worried about doing it. Easy range bet. Snap fold. Do I want to squeeze this queen jack suited? I don't think I do. checking the queen jack. We don't have fold equity against a king or an ace. And we occasionally win at showdown. Or chop at showdown. Versus this very small 3-bet, we're going to call knowing that we're miles behind. And he goes with a big c-bet. We're just all in, mate. Because you're not going to fold aces. And I want to stack aces. Less than 3x 3-bet. Theoretically, we're supposed to defend deuces there. In practice, there's fucking no chance I'm going to. Just refuse to put chips in passive nodes unless I'm very confident that I'm going to be able to play it quite well post flop or whatever, but for the rest of the hand. Just not doing it. The minute I'm like, oh, well, he's putting me in a neutral EV or worse spot, I'm just gone. Because in all likelihood, ranges are going to be tighter than they're supposed to be. So anything that's kind of like neutral EV, in theory, is just going to be minus EV in practice. And I just prefer spots to be a lot cleaner. Flat the fours on the button. Miss. Diamond, if he bets, we're just going to fold. Four, please, bottom left. Right there. Nope. That's an 8. Fucking hell, I thought I had pocket four, so I had fucking ace 4 anyway. What a fucking Moby I am. Ace 5 suited, he's bet quite big. Just going to let it go. And I did say when I got bored, I was going to knock it on the head. Well, that moment has come. So we shall. Well, we'll sit out next blind. Got an hour in, decent enough. Flopping a gut shot here. Checking. Turning the nuts. Just going to bet big. I was going to check raise his flop. But when now he's bet big, I'm just going to call and feel pretty grimy. Checking turn. Bets big again. I think I'm just folding. Again, I think it's going to be a significantly underbluff spot. And I don't really like high equity much with just a jack of diamonds. On this river here, I'm going to block and then try and 3-bet. Beautiful. Thank you. It was nice. That was nice. Should have slow rolled him really, but never mind. He didn't. And there we go. We started with $23. What do we end with? $26. Get in there. 150 big blinds in less than an hour. That is magnificent. I'm out of here now. Have a gentle day, everybody, and bye-bye for now.